A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. And welcome to the part 3 of the channeling session called Divine Masculine Thinks That Divine Feminine is a Heartless, Stone Cold Brute. Brute is a nicer word, I think. That's my friend, Sheru. He's also part of this channeling. These are the energies that calm you down. This is unconditional love. So, we are here to learn unconditional love from everyone around us. Hey. Hey. I get a lot of energy from my animal friends because animal friends are so giving. Although human beings are on the top of the chain of the ecosystem, but those human beings who have not gotten any access to the energy that lies in the Mooladhara, which is the root chakra, the energy which is known as Kundalini. If that energy stays dormant, then those people are equal to animals. But some animals are so loving and compassionate that they only give to human beings. They only give. They are all givers. So we have to learn unconditional love. That's what the journey is all about. Getting angry won't give you anything. When I was channeling that message, at that point in time, it reminded me of the story Together Forever, which is the third story in the book In the Name of Love. And in that story also, as I had said in that channeling also, in this channeling, I will briefly say that, not in so much detail, that between it's Suzanne and Yudhvir. Maria is the character of another story. Between them, there was a lot of true love. Like, really, they loved one another. But the big problem with Suzanne was that she could never confess the love in front of her own parents. It was so bad that even when he passed over, even when he died, she did not cry in front of them. She had a big struggle hiding her pain from the family only because she could not tell them that she is in love with a guy who is no more, by the way. And then it took her many years to come to terms with that. Now, it also depends on upbringing, and it also depends on society programming. It depends on where you're born. Many things like that. But that is quite unfortunate. Now, in this channeling, what I have received is that the Divine Masculine. So, the Divine Masculine, who is in another realm, actually had similar heavy feelings. In case of Suzanne and Yudhvir never had that hatred for her. But when he crossed over, when he had passed over, and then he connected with Suzanne later on, when, she was going through a great period of struggle, at that point in time, he told her this thing that be yourself, be who you are, don't be so fearful. Love is not something that you should be scared of. That was the actual message of that story, of that. I feel it was a channel story, but I had a great deal of mystical experiences, and I was contacted by Yudhvir when I was writing this story. And I don't even know if the character was Yudhvir. I don't even know if the character in reality was Yudhvir. I just named him that because names don't matter during channelings or when the communication happens. In cases like this especially, because this is like for the masses, for many people, or the people who are in the twin flame community. So, I feel that this particular Divine Masculine, he's pretty upset with the Divine Feminine because he genuinely feels that though there is love between them, but she is so, so stone cold, so heartless. I don't want to be with her. I don't want to love her anymore. Because loving her is giving me pain. Being around her is giving me pain because she just makes me feel so unimportant. Even though she's with me, she's next to me, but she doesn't do anything to make me feel loved. So he simply says that I am going away from you. I am going so far away from you that I don't even want to do anything with you. And this does not mean that I will stop loving you. I will love you. And in this case, the divine feminine says that, I don't understand what your problem is. I don't understand the deal. I just don't simply get it. But whether you love me or you want to not love me or you want to go away from me, divine feminine says that I will not stop loving you. Now, cut to this is one separate thing where there is no karmic situation, there is no, nothing else is there. It's completely societal programming, is what I catch. That the divine feminine is so scared to. So, there is nothing other than their own personal dynamic going on. So, these are like two people who are so much in love with one another, but they have this whole society, community, what will people think, we should not be doing this, blah, blah, blah. And this can happen to even married couple. Say, for example, there's a married couple and they live with a joint family and they are twin flame couples. They live with a huge family or they live in a place where there is a lot of interference of other people. So the divine masculine, I'm just giving an example because this is the energy that I'm catching on. Say he wants to do some kind of a PDA, not like PDA, but he wants to go out for a movie. And he tries to convince her, let's go for a movie, let's go for a dinner date or something. You're always in the house, you're always with the family members, always with my mother, always with my sisters, because it's a huge family. And he convinces her a lot. And finally she steps out to go out for a movie. But even though she steps out, she's constantly bickering, constantly complaining, constantly saying, oh, I have this to do. Oh, I could have done that at home. I had so much work. I had this, I had that. And he's like, come on, just forget about it. Let's watch the movie. And when she steps out, then she meets someone she knows. She starts talking to that person. She's not concerned that he wants to spend time with her. So, and in her head, she's thinking that I love him. He's my husband. So what? So what? He's always around me. He's always with me. And with him, for him, it's like, no, I want to do certain things with her. And she's just not giving in. She's just not even concerned. Like, I like to do these things and I want her to be by my side in these activities. So this may look like a small problem for some people, but these things, when they keep piling up one by one, they become one whole big issue. And something similar happens in the twin flame ascension journey also, where finally, after all the inner work, the divine feminine meets the divine masculine, or both of them meet one another. But she is still not released all her difficult wounds, like especially the patriarchy, the matriarchy, the family templates. There is a great deal of negative energy when it comes to both of them being together. They could be in one room, under one roof, but they may not be feeling the love for one another. And this is exactly what he felt. Now, before we completely blame him and say that he has to do it all, let's not forget that it is the divine feminine who has to do all the spiritual inner work. She is the twin who is supposed to do it by spiritual healing, and he is the twin who has to learn by being in the matrix, which means he has to be right there. He has to be the warrior. She is the spiritual warrior, but he is the worldly warrior. So it's not easy for him. And that's why you all need to cut some slack for him as well. And when we develop, it's basically like she got hurt throughout her childhood, throughout her lifestyle, which was being developed during adolescence and then teenage, and then so she got hurt by other people, which developed a strong sense of distrust, lack of trust, feeling of betrayal. It was always there. It's not that the divine masculine only created it in her. Before the divine masculine, whatever relationship she had, even if they were 6 years long, 5 years long, 3 years long, she was never happy in those relationships. So when all of these things were happening with her, she built up this energy that she cannot trust people. She cannot give in completely. So when he came along, she did not give herself completely to him. There was a lack of faith, lack of trust. And that got onto him big time because he was suffering from rejection. He was being told that he is not good enough in another way. You were being told you were not good enough in a way, and he was facing the same thing in another way. But it was the same feeling. So obviously when he met you, he really wanted that complete love, which the karmic will show him later on. What you are not able to show to him, like going, like when you meet your lover, you literally run to hug him, you run to meet him, but you were more like, okay, people are looking, okay, I just should be simple, normal. Even if he was trying to get all over you, you would say, no, just relax, why are you doing this? I'm just picking up on these statements, to be honest. But the karmic was not like that. She was very all out there to confess the love, confess the emotions, even if those were fake emotions. But he was literally wanting to hear those things. He really wanted someone to be, love him in a way that he is the only important person. But his lesson was that you got to understand what is the difference between fake and real. And her lesson is, when you trust, when you fall in love, do it fully. Tell the person, even if you have to tell it. But when does she start doing it? When he is already lost interest. So the chase happens when he starts running away. Before he is running away, at that point in time when they're both on equal grounds, that is not the time she chases him. That is the time she's very cold towards him. And this is what a typical chaser would do. Normally they don't chase people. They only chase when they fear that the other person will leave them for whatever XYZ reason. And there's always this guilt factor is there. So this is, everyone knows it. It's not like the divine feminines are hearing something new. The only thing is that as a channeler, in all honesty, we are supposed to channel all the things. It's not like we only have to be good and we have to be bothered about the views or the subscribers or the comments or the love that you give. Because all these things, these are all materialistic things. Even the money you earn, it will all stay on planet Earth. The only thing that we carry with us is our karmas, our deeds. If people ascend, if they get anything authentic, anything real from this journey or from the channeling or from the work we do, that is what will come to us. And even in that, we cannot have a attitude that we should get something in return. The actual deal with the karma is the how to get free from karmic cycles and how to get free from karmic debt is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that do the action but don't worry about the result. Do your deed, do good deeds, do good deeds and throw it away. Don't think about it, don't talk about it, don't mention it. Something like that, So even if some of you will get triggered and some of you will get mad and some of you will get blocked, and you got blocked by your divine masculine for the same reason, because you were so angry. You're always fighting. He's also fighting without any logic. It's good to fight. It's good to fight it out. I always say, fight for your rights, stand up for yourself. But then you also need to make up with love. You also need to do something nice, something lovey, something romantic. Why you have to do something romantic only when you know that he's running away or that he's upset about something? Why not otherwise? So again, I'm not going to be judging these aspects because everybody has a personal journey. And it's very much easier when you do a personal reading or when you do personal coaching. In a public reading scenario, we cannot pick up cases in that much detail. But what we receive in the channeling is that this particular group of divine masculine, the energy is very strong and they have been saying that, look, we understand that she is hurt, we understand that she had problems, but we also had problems. We also had issues, we also had bad traumatic childhoods. We also have to heal our matriarchy as much as she has to heal a patriarchy template. We have to heal our matriarchy template too. So why being so harsh on us all the time? Why always saying the divine masculine has done this, divine masculine has done that? Why? Why all this, like lack of understanding, and why this, no forgiveness, no compassion attitude? Why this forgiveness and compassion is for the whole world, but why not for the divine masculine, who has genuinely not done this mistake because he wanted to? It's because he got fed up, because he could not take it anymore. It was too painful for him to be in that situation. So he decided to go away. And when he decided to go away, then only the divine feminines actually got the time to think that, okay, I must do my mission work. I must do my inner work. Why didn't she focus on the mission work before that? Why didn't she do inner work before that? Why, suddenly when the divine masculine came in her life, she forgot everything. And then it's not even like she completely went into it. She kept doubting. She kept, she needed so much validation from him that he loves me not, he's there, he's the right guy, or he's not the right guy. And all of this happened in the initial phases. Now, all the divine feminines who have crossed the stage of runner and chaser dynamic and who feel a level of peace, and some of you who are also in communication with the divine masculines, and you have integrated source energy with you, you know that all of this only happens when you're not confident about your love. You never have to chase anything or anyone. Even if you study law of attraction, they would tell you to let go. Why? Because when you're chasing your desires, when you're running after things constantly, then you're really pushing them away. It's the same thing with the runner-chaser dynamic in the divine masculine and feminine. Now, if this was not an energy update, then I won't have said all of this. I have to say all of this because even if some of you get triggered, as I said, that is not my concern, This channel is not for people pleasing. This channel is for authenticity. This channel is to bring the real you out. Okay? And just because some people, just some people are getting triggered, I cannot ignore the fact that there are so many beautiful souls out there who are so intently doing their inner work. There are so many divine feminines out there who actually get the journey. They understand this so well. They also write to me. So just because there are 3-4 people who are still complaining, cribbing, blaming, getting angry, abusing for no reason, I cannot say that, oh, the whole community is like that. We still have to do our work. And those who want to complain, crib, and, keep blaming the divine masculines, they will continue to do that and they will keep delaying the journey. No matter what they do, the journey will keep getting delayed because this is an energy dance. We are all energy beings. Whatever we put out in the universe, we receive that. And since a lot of people see that there is a problem in the twin flame journey, you should actually look at regular relationships also. Regular relationships aren't easy either. No relationship is easy. All relationships need some amount of faith and trust and love. And of course, if you are born in a narcissistic family template, the biggest thing that you will learn is solitude, because you won't be interacting with them, you won't be doing any contact with them. Eventually, that is the only cure. To become completely stone cold brute, just be like they don't exist and I am living in my own life. But that is not something you do with the masculine. Just because the whole world has hurt you, that does not mean that he is also out there to hurt you. He is just trying to protect himself from getting hurt by you, and that's why he just ran away. He just could not handle the intensity, that all of the anger, the frustration, the fights, the lack of trust, everything that was being projected onto the divine feminine. And it's also getting projected on her because she's just not doing the inner work. She's living in some fantasy world. She's living in a romantic world. And romance is not for twin flame journey. If you guys are looking for romance, then sorry to say, but there is no romance in twin flame journey. There are only real feelings and there's only real love. And to get to the point of real love, you really have to burn yourself into the fire. So you can keep projecting your anger on your divine masculine. Like you can go on doing that for years. Some of you have done it for 20 years, 30 years, and you keep writing, oh, it's so painful, it was so painful, it was so painful. So basically you are also running away from inner work, because that pain that you see over there, you don't want to get into it, you don't want to touch it. Yes, you love the channelings because the channelings give you some kind of relief, or you, even though a lot of people say, I hate my divine masculine, I hate him, he's a loser, he's a cheater, he's a this, he's a that, but still they come to listen to all the channelings. They will listen to all the channelings. Every single channeling they want to listen to, and they don't just come to my channel, they come to other people's channel also. Most of these people, I have seen them in other places also, commenting, waiting for the updates. I see that. But still they complain, and they write the similar things everywhere. So this is not how it will work. Sorry to say that. And again, I am not concerned about these people because they are less in number, few in number, but they make a lot of noise. And then they make others also negative. But again, understand that runner and chaser, these are labels. Okay, and it does not mean that people who are in chaser energies, they don't sleep around with other people or they don't have karmics. Even the divine feminines need to have karmics, and being in a karmic relationship is very important part of this journey, by the way, because when the feminine is genuine, so again, I'm not saying that only the masculine is correct and you are wrong. No, don't take it in that way. Okay, what I mean to say is both of you are wounded. Both of you have trauma. Both of you are unhealed. So whatever is happening is because of that. But because she is the feminine, she is the Shakti. She is the one who is the energy creator. She is the one who is the creative energy. She has the power. Even in the movie Matrix, remember the last scene where Neo was literally dead. Neo dies, okay? It is Trinity who revives him back. If you remember the movie Matrix, I think all of you must have seen it. It's a very good movie from a spiritual aspect. There's a lot to learn from it. Trinity gives him the kiss in the end when he dies, and she is the one who finally admits that she loves him and she's not scared anymore. Before that, Trinity was always scared because the oracle had said that he's going to die. Even though he's the one, but he's going to die. So there was a lot of fear in her and she was not sure. So Trinity also is, by the way, an Indian term. Trinity means the Holy Trinity in the Western concept also. But Trinity is the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh energies together. But a lot of people, though they see it in a different way, but I see it like a twin flame story, because it is actually the love story between Trinity and Neo. And how, even though Neo is the one, but in the end and throughout the journey, without Trinity, he could not have done it. So Trinity is the actual person who gives him the final kiss also when she gives him. She's the one who revives him. That love revives him. It gives him life back. And then he becomes the real deal. That's when he becomes the real deal. In the story of Ram and Sita also, if you understand Ramayan very well, it was Sita who was giving Shakti to Ram. She was the Shakti of Ram. Ram took the energy from her, and when she was very sure. Initially she wasn't sure, she was scared when she got abducted, but later on she started realizing that she is the divine feminine energy. She is the goddess. She evoked her goddess energies, and she became fully powerful. She actually got ascended before Lord Sri Ram, and that's when she decided to leave planet Earth, and she went to Vaikunt, where she came back as Lakshmi. So Ram was in the human form and he had still not ascended fully. It was only when Sita went to Vaikunt, she left the human body, and she didn't want to do it anymore. Her job was basically on the earth plane. Their job was to kill Ravan, who was the demon king. After Ravan died, Sri Ram was a king. So as a king, you are supposed to give the crown prince or the prince who is going to take care of the people after you're gone. So she raised the sons, she handed over the sons to him, and immediately, without saying anything, just with a little bit of communication, she left. And it was only when she left, Sri Ram could not bear this separation, because this was more like a permanent separation. Earlier, he thought that, okay, she is somewhere, because he also knew that she's a goddess. She is somewhere and she is pregnant. She was pregnant when they got separated. He knew that she's somewhere and she would be fine and they would definitely meet her. And it was also after that separation when he realized that he cannot live without her. Initially, he thought that, okay, I'm a king, I'm going to do my work and I'm going to... So this is the same pattern. Same pattern. The only thing is that the love is always there, but the situations are different. Now, I have spoken about this in part 2 also, and I'm going to say this again, and I will also share very soon a vlog on this, an information vlog on this, where I will discuss, which is already made actually, it's already recorded. It's just that now would be the right time to upload it. It's about the 2 types of karmic energies that has to be dealt. Now, in case of Ram and Sita, there was no karmic energy. There was nothing. But there was karmic template, because he was a king and he kept his people number 1 priority, even more than family. And that is a great quality to have for all kings, presidents, people in power, prime minister. That is the best quality, and that is the ideal quality to have. But at the same time, he felt that he cannot be with her. And she was also cursed. So she also had a curse. As a child, she was cursed by a couple, a parrot couple. She was cursed by them that your husband will leave you when you will be pregnant. So that's why I talk about curses. That's why I say that the curses have to be healed. All of these templates have to be healed so that you ascend fully. So when she ascends fully and she completely turns into Lakshmi, when she's completely abundant, she leaves planet Earth, she goes into higher dimensions. That's when that particular, separation triggers him so much that he then ascends, he turns into Vishnu again, and then he leaves planet Earth and he goes back to be with her, because his earthly duty, which is his mission work on planet Earth, is complete. But as long as they're on planet Earth, they were completely in love with one another, and they also had the marriage happened, the reunion happened, everything happened with them. But they never made anything more important than the mission work. For Sita also everything was mission, and that mission only eventually helped her to ascend fully. So don't think that you are the only one who's in this. You could be having illusions because you are in the modern setup. You are in the setup, this type of setup. And as I said, it's not necessary all of the divine masculines are after the karmic partner only. No, some of them could be in the karmic templates, which means they could be in addictions, which means that they could be in wrong jobs, which means that they could be not able to make their own decisions. And they could be thinking, that because they have to heal the patriarchy and the matriarchy. They have to heal the matriarchy and the feminines have to heal the patriarchy. But your patriarchy is all obviously affected with matriarchy, and their matriarchy is affected by patriarchy. So these are the things you will understand more in more detail, in more depth, in more, because this is a public channeling. You have to get into personal coaching to have more of this, deeper knowledge of this as to what is exactly your template, what is exactly your area of work, what are the wounds that you are suffering from, and what are the chakras that you need to unblock fully in order to create the energy flow in you with obviously the grace of Guru and the Masters.